All right, this week I want to talk to you about the speed limiter that is implemented by Harley Davidson and some of the big changes that have just come out. So if you're not sure what the speed limiter is and been kind of curious about it, hang out and let's talk about the speed limiter that Harley implements on all their new bikes. Hello and welcome to Road Rush Nation. I'm Terry, your host here, and thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the channel. Really appreciate you members of the nation, and if you'd like to be a member of the nation, it's free. All you need to do is hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming episodes. All right, let's talk about the speed limiter that Harley implements on all their bikes. It's through the ECM and it limits how fast your bike can go. Now for some folks, this is not a non-issue. They don't even care about a speed limiter. They're never going to push their bike to the max, and that's fine. Some of us like to find out, really, how fast is the max that our bike can go? You paid all this money, you've got the bigger motor, and yes, you want to know what it can do. Well, Harley puts a limit on that, and for most it's been set about 115. I have a 2021 Street Glide Special, and maybe it's been tested to see that that's about where it is. And also Aaron has a 2019 CVO Ultra Limited with the 117, and maybe that's been tested to make sure it's 115. Now, for that new CVO ST that's come out, that has been set at 120. That's the max you're going to do. Now, if you get an aftermarket tuner, you can bypass all that speed limiter stuff and find out what the max is and so on. But you really need to know what you're doing. So why does Harley put these speed limiters on there? Well, a lot of it has to do with legalities. And, you get attorneys involved. They're going to say, there's reasons we need to do this. Maybe it's mechanical, maybe it's not. But here's the biggie. This is for all of you that have the new bikes from 23 to 24. There's a new update that's coming out from Harley on the ECM, and it's affecting the speed limiter. You may be shocked, so hang on. So the reason there's this new update, and it came out just at the very beginning of February, and I believe it's February 6th. So if you've gotten this new update, you may not realize this has happened. But this new update was to alleviate some of the issues they were having where the bikes would just shut off and then you couldn't restart them. Now, if you recall, last summer I had a similar issue where I did get an update that corrected that problem. I haven't had a problem with that since. If you have a newer bike and your bike just shuts down, to reset that ECM, it's very simple. I do have a video out on how to redo that, and it will be a link at the end of this for you to check out. So anyway, going back to this recent update, yes, it puts a new limiter on your bike. The limit's not 115, it's not 120. They've actually decreased it down to 100 miles an hour. Now, some of you may go, I never get my bike to 100, so it's really not an impact. And I think the majority of riders probably have never even tried to see how far they could get their bikes. I get it. But it does put it at a limit of 100. Now, personally, I think there's a couple of reasons, and I'm only speculating of why they did this. Of course, attorneys are involved. But if you recall, just back in December 2023, Harley did a big recall on the Street Glide CVOs with the new fairing, and a lot of it had to do with at a certain speed and it was past 90, and so that it would start to get unstable. And I think that may be part of it while they're still trying to engineer the resolution to that issue so that it'll be just in there, not a problem. That's just my speculation, not sure. But cutting it down to 100, that was a little surprising that they cut it that low, only because you're buying this new bike, it's got the bigger motor, you want to be able to take it out and try it out, and bam, you hit 100 and I'm passing you with my older bike. Just thought you might want to know. Anyway, if you're getting that new update, double check and see if that's been put in with that speed limiter to 100. Just thought you might like to know. Well, again, appreciate you stopping by. I really am glad to have you part of the nation. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that. Don't forget, ride safe, and I hope to catch you on the highways.